Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. I am Mage 1011 and today we are playing some more Final Fantasy 15 post Dawntrail main scenario quest part 2. Last time we went to a funeral basically, and this time we're going to see what happens next. By the way, okay, you hear it? That is good. But yeah, let's talk to the NPCs, then see where this goes. I can very much relate to his feelings. I pray Gulja finds what he seeks. We might learn more about my father too. I hadn't thought of that. If this is what Gulja wants, then I'll help him however I can. After all, we're family. I understand all too well Gulja's desire. For the longest time, I found my own father's actions inexplicable. If no record remains of Gulja's mother, then where are we to begin our search? In search of the past. Grahatia has an idea on how you may proceed with your investigation. Assuming neither memories nor records of Gulja's mother remain, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split it into groups. Wolfmage, if you can make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. But yeah, you won't be able to hear the game audio until it's on the game screen. That's how I have it set up. So if you don't hear it once it's on the game screen, please let me know. So let's see. This we go to here. Not gonna use the Matrite ticket. So we need to make three inquiries in Heritage Found. Outskirts, Electro Strike, Yasalani Station. So let's start by looking around. If we can't see anyone, we'll go up for flight. Middle-aged Tonawata. Sorry, but I've never heard of a Mamulja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zeralja. You might have better luck talking to the people over in Tonawatan at a Tonawatan settlement to the north of Everkeep, in a place called Yawayawata. The resilient son won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief was named Kenikota. I can't read that. Your exchange with the middle-aged Tonawata has taught you about Zeralja's devoted. That's one piece of information. Oh, let's talk to the Gemstones trader, see what they have. Let's see what we can buy. Skins, no. Nothing available yet, because I haven't done many fates in this area. So I don't see where they are from around the Aetheryte, so let's mount up and go up for a higher look. Ram. There's one. Fresh-faced Tonawata. You're looking for a Mamulja woman? Oh, Gulja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zeralja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Tyrell Vidral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zeralja assembled a party of warriors, and with them, confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear of the king's feat in the past. Your exchange with the frustrated Tonawata has taught you about a battle with a Tyrell Vidral. Let's see what else we have. The Chonk burb. Le Chonk. Oh, you won some points from the Jump Cat game. Let's see. Where's the last person we need to talk to about this? Could it be in the fields? No, because it's outside the red circle. So it's down at least on the ground level. Let's see if it's in one of the houses. Not that house. This is too far away. Where are they? This is too far away. That's outside the bubble. Where? Oh, there they are. Chatty Satona. A Mamulja woman. Their people have never been a common sight around here. Why, the last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Lance Guard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliolo after their mission. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. Your exchange with the chatty Satona has taught you about a Mamulja woman. So, where do we go? We go to the back rooms. I'm never gonna stop calling it that. It's backroom single, not plural. It's not the game The Backrooms. No. Solution 9. Also, if anyone in chat... Oh, you must have got gifted a sub when Raelius dropped that sub, those like 5 subs the other day. Yeah. Also, thank you for that, Raelius. That actually pushed me over the amount needed for a payout, which I don't get very often, so that was very much appreciated. Solution 9 is vast indeed. Even with the teleporters, we could only cover but a small portion of it. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find out anything useful. None of the people I questioned had heard of a Mamulja woman before. Lamochi didn't seem to have much luck. How did you fare? While I failed to learn anything directly related to Gulja's mother, I did find information which may shed some light upon Zeralja. Zorolja rarely made public appearances, so the people had no idea how he spent most of his time. Yet I believe therein lies a key to the answers we seek. Ah, you're back too. I told Shale all about your search. Gulja has told me all. We've previously tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. Let's see. Notes on a battle with a Turalva Drawl. Notes on Zorolja's devoted. And notes on a Mamulja woman. Here you go. But yeah, I really do appreciate that, Raelius. You have no idea how helpful that is. Also, you spoke with a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So Zorolja brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yasolani, among whom was a female Mamulja. His mission was to rid the region of a Turalva Drawl, and I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in Uwe Awata he resolved. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that again. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zorolja made regular visits. If he required security, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. And if this Mamulja woodman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come in contact. I see, but what could Zorolja have been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. In order to trace Zorolja's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked in organics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Ffxiv, per the king's direct order. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the king's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that was all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any material and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Ffxiv. So if we look into transportation records, there it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made to Uwe Yawata far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all of this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the paths of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So we'll be investigating this secret facility in Yawata then? And this time, you want to come along, Goloja. Yawata is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from Drift Downs. Alright, thank you, Shale. Looks like the closest aetheryte to that is there. And I believe this unlocks a dungeon, if I remember correctly from playing it on my main character. Nope. That's not what I need to do. Borb. Big Borb. I have so many Borb mounts that it's not even funny. I mean, look at all the Borbs. Let's see. Borb, 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 Borb. 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 Borb, 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 Borb. I have so many dang Borb mounts. Acquire Borb, yes. Let's talk to each of them before we talk to Glodra. Well, the researcher we spoke with remembered that he had colleagues. He cannot recall details about any specific individuals, nor their names, nor what they were like. Someone who would have noticed if Zerolja traveled from the Drift Down. I expect he utilized a flying vehicle. We've seen how much has changed. How much has changed for the part of Yasoloni that's on the side of this side of the dome. I wonder what it's like on the other. Weapons development is secret. Well, weapons development is secret with the aid of devoted followers. Nothing good will come of this. The settlement in the outskirts, that was originally Tonawatan as well, yes? I wonder if Yawata is similar to it. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful everyone. Ueyawata Field Station, now accessible. So, who in chat would like to join for this dungeon? I am hanging out on Midgard Sommer if anyone would like to. I know Rayleigh doesn't play this, but maybe you do? Rayo Ite Gaming? Sorry if I butchered your name. That's fair, Raelius. Well, I guess I'll queue up on my own. It's a 5-minute duty timer, so let's go, head over. I was working on, what was I working on? Oh yeah, I was working on, those, wait. Let's head to... You know what? Let's use the fun return spell. Self-destruct. And also, as promised, like I said I would yesterday when you redeemed it, I changed my avatar at the start of the stream, Raelius. Okay, let's switch to Warrior, which is the class I was leveling off screen, and let's grab the hunt for this week from here. This week's elite hunt, Burstill in Lower Lenosha. Okay. This spawn point. So the closest Aetheryte is there. At the Malbar Docks. Whoops. Looks like we'll do that later. Ueyawata Field Station. A lot of electric here. Whoops. Enemies got too far away. Whoa! Boop, 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 boop. What's that? Oh, that. Ow! Okay. Is that all of them? I assume it works similar to the pikes. From Ffxiv, which my assumption was right. Go ahead and paint my motifs. What kind of research do you think they do here? I haven't been reading his dialogue. Ah, what are those? They're moving. I'm trying to read Gulaja's lines as I do the dungeon, which is fairly difficult. I can't use either of those, so... What happened here? Ah! More of them? Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with Gulaja's lines while fighting, which is rather difficult. What is this thing? Why is he on a chair? What is that? What is that? This makes it rather difficult to cast. Oh my god. Okay. Mister, do you mind stopping that? Thank you. Not sure what those hands are, but I don't want to touch them. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Tank, for taking that hit for me. Oh, this makes things rather difficult. Yeah. Things are going to... This makes things rather hard to cast, which is my main way of dealing damage. Can use those, can't use either of these. However, these are not better than what I have. I'll take them anyway. What the ever-loving is that? Oh, out of that. Ah, frick, I've been falling behind on Goldra's lines. No. Been too focused on fighting. No. Okay, the boss has a ball. Wait, Or the boss is inside the ball. Oh, what is that? That is a rabbit. A very angry looking rabbit. Twirlville Draw. Loopy Layapi. Thank you, healer, for the rescue. I'm gonna say this, he's a charging his laser. What's that? What's that? Oh. I see. Oh, I get it now. There we go. There we go. Loopy Layapi is down. Oh. Let's see what cutscene's coming up.
for all the talk of my brother felling this beast, he only imprisoned it, like Valley Armanda.
From what I could tell, they sought to transfer people's souls and memories into bestial vessels at that facility. The Tral Vidral explains the need for a remote location. It was doubtless their prime subject. Though I expect Zoralja did not foresee the opportunities it presented when he imprisoned the creature.
And so, in order to prevent the breakdown of the individual, I instead seek to transfer their soul into the body of the beast.
This would allow one to wield the power of a Tural Vidral.
In theory, our initial experiments will involve lesser creatures. But in time, I am confident we will be able to bring even the mightiest under our control.
And what becomes of those who offer their souls?
As they won't be able to return to their original forms, we must consider them lost. But the sacrifice will be worthwhile, for the army you stand to gain will far surpass any composed of mechanical soldiers.
Very well. Recruit volunteers and begin at once.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I shall return to the observatory and see to the necessary preparations.
So, you've given him permission?
Teshalja, you will assist Kaniloka. As one of the Land's Guard's finest chirurgeons, your knowledge may be of use in his experiments. You will also watch him closely. In what you learn, you will report to me. You object to his project? Or are you incapable of performing this duty?
No, Your Majesty. Whether we shelter within the dome or expand beyond it, we require great power. But with no one to rely upon, we must take that power for ourselves, even if the means are questionable. I will do as you command. But if Kaniloka's work bears fruit, I wish to beg a boon.
What do you desire?
Something that I had accepted I would never have in Tuliolal. That I believed would forever be beyond me. That it was foolish to covet. But here and now, it is close. So very, very close.
Perform your duty to my satisfaction, and anything you desire is yours. That which I seek does not lie within this dome. Here, I cannot prove the miracle. But if what you seek is at hand, then you may claim it, for it has no value to me.
all right?
Ffxiv. Could she be my mother?
Like the people in the outskirts said, few Mamulja lived in the Yasulani. I can't imagine many other Ubigor women were trapped in the dome. That being the case, she could well be the one.
This observatory Kanaloka returned to, could it not be part of the research facility? We might learn something about Ffxiv there.
That's where we're going next then.
Rahadia, it seems this Kaniloka was in charge here. From your recounting, he was quite dedicated to Zeralja. The villagers were likely monitoring the imprisoned Tural Vidral at Zeralja's behest, but at some point they became involved in research of souls. Ffxiv, you said her name was. I wonder what her story is. Now that the danger is behind us, it's started to sink in just how unsettling this place is. Hard to believe it used to be a village. That you should be able to peer into the Tural Vidral's past. I wonder what that implies for the beast's consciousness while it was sealed away. I wish I could see into the past like you. Then I could see people who are gone. Because there aren't any other Mamulja women here, for a long time I couldn't even imagine what my mother looked like. But when I visited Tuliolo, I saw some. I was finally able to picture her in my mind. And one day I hope I can see what she actually looks like as well. And we get to choose one of these. We're gonna get a spell speed. And that completes In Search of the Past. You may now visit Yawata Field Station with a party of NPC adventurers. Yeah. What does Goldra have to say? It's alright if I go... Is it alright if I go by myself now? Among the abandoned, Kryl is eager to begin searching for the research facility. While we've discerned the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us a greater insight into what became of it. Let us take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. Now we have the option to look around at research that is here. Survey a way to the upper floors. But before that, we're going to talk to all the NPCs. Gulja, what happened here? What happened to the people here? Did they all leave? Or did they already meet them? Or did we already meet them, was it? Alphanode. To think that people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. Success was far from guaranteed, and even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zeralja so absolute? Nothing that way. Okay. Let's talk to Alize. It won't open, and I don't think it'll yield to our shoulders either. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way and find a key. There's Grahatia. I wonder what Becklug would make of this research into transferring souls. Yep, Becklug is one of the characters from post Shadowbringers that studied souls. The researchers likely moved between the upper and lower levels. Perhaps we can find a key among their belongings. Wuklamat? It makes me angry to think about what they did here. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so we have to interact with something before we can find the key. Wrought iron gate. The lift can be seen behind the wrought iron gate. As sturdy as it appears, the gate will likely resist attempts to force it open. A security panel is nearby. Perhaps a verification key will open the way. Now, I already know where the verification key is from a previous playthrough, so let's take a look at what's over here. Given that mangled corpse. A journal lies next to the body. I was transferred to Uwata Station in order to train the villagers in the use of electric technology. While a child can quickly learn to operate common contraptions, it will be no easy thing for them to attain the requested skill to develop new weapons. One which requires no less than the manipulation of souls. Thankfully, 2 of my pupils have demonstrated great aptitude in the field. Kaniloka, the village chief, and Teishoja, a field Kairujan. Further driven by their loyalty to our king, their growth has been remarkable. I dare to hope that before long they will be able to carry out their duties without further instruction, and I may be relieved of my duty. You find nothing that resembles a verification key. Perhaps you should search elsewhere. So there's nothing else over here. Huh. Test subject journal. They're recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they won't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. Might be my chance. Soul transferred Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write. Good, yes. I'm good. Very good. Getting hard to control strength. Today, bit off head of feeder. Can't help it, so strong. Hungry. Always hungry. Can't control. Eat. Must eat. Eater. Must eat. You find nothing that resembles a verification key. Perhaps you should search elsewhere. Wow. That's concerning, given what happened. Open cabinet. Supplies for the staff are neatly arranged within the cabinet. Among the various items is a manual outlining regulations and tranquilizing gas to be used in emergencies. You dig deeper and find a verification key. Perhaps it can be used to open the gate. You found the key. Great. I'll call the others. It seems the key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go. So this is the observatory. I didn't expect it to be. Didn't expect it to be similar. But this is a far cry from the temple that held Valigarmanda. All the machinery appears to still be in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. The warnings indicate various anomalies relating to the seal's failure, most likely, but for a blessing we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Gulja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. There's so much data, I don't know what we should look at. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Ffxiv. Oh, it brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Ffxiv, Administrator of Experiment Treatments, Research Logs. It sounds good, doesn't it? Chances are the data is encrypted, but even if it not, it will take a considerable time to go through it all. Then let's us take it with us to the back rooms and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. Alright, I'll transfer it to this storage device I've brought. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful adventure for the both of us. Okay, let's talk to everyone else before we talk to Graha. It seems safe to say my brother returned to Uwe Iwata for the Troll withdrawal. He wanted its power, no matter the cost. I'm glad we could find what we sought in that abandoned facility. Kilu is really good at driving a hover cargo. I wonder if I can learn how to drive it too. I'll not soon forget our visit to that facility. It was a troubling reminder of the depravity that can arise from the belief that souls are simply a resource to be exploited. I admit the withdrawal gave me a fright at first, but then I remembered who felled the mighty Valgamarda. And here we are. The authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let us deliver the data to Shale. Speak with Shale in the back room. You headed to the back room? Okay, let's talk to everyone before we talk to Shale. You found information on Goldra's mother. You lot never cease to amaze. Having now spent some time in these harsh environs, I feel I have a better understanding of how much a shading presence Ffxiv was to her people. Goldra had no trouble keeping up during the outing. He really is his father's son. It was Shale who gave me the storage device before we left. She said that we'd probably need it, and we did. From what I can see, things haven't changed much since the funeral. People are still listless like before. I've been thinking, to it may behoove us to learn how to use the various devices found throughout Alexandria. Better late than never, after all. The data will be in good hands with Shale. Welcome back. Goldra has already given me the storage device. There looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted, so I'll need time to process everything. In that case, Alice and I might take ourselves around the city and check on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Understood. I'll let you know as soon as I've finished my work. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. And let's talk to Shale. Decrypting files isn't the hard part. It's when the number of digits in a password is unknown that the long nights begin. I'll stay here with Shale. There's a lot I can learn just from watching her. I share our friend's concern. It's not surprising that the Alexandrians are having difficulty coping with their grief, but still. I suspect the Alexandrians' plight reminds Alfinod and Alize of the Garleans. Little wonder they feel compelled to assist in any way they can. I met some members of Oblivion on my way back here. They themselves were returning after having paid their respects to Ffxiv. Guidance of the Hetso. Geode's concern is written plain on his face. Alize isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Tiroli remember a time before they were dependent on the Soul's system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. With good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who have been leaving for Tyrell, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem has reached us in Tuliolo. My brother is doing all he can to see the Tyrell Railroad restored to operation, so that people may come and go more freely. Unfortunately, the tracks only go so far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. Even so, the railroad would make things a sight easier. However, before it's back in service. Oh, I think I misread that. How long before it's back in service? I can't say. When I left for this visit, Kona seemed reluctant to make promises. But while Shale's working on the data, we could go and see the state of it for ourselves. To Shaloni Station, then. I'll make sure to keep Kona informed. And on that note, I think I'm gonna... Wait, what time is it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna add stream there. I hope you guys enjoyed my stream. I hope you guys stop by again. Until next time, I've been Wolfmage 1011. I'll see you guys then. Bye!